Hello and welcome to Captain of Industry. This is something I'm quite excited about. It's in early access. It's actually been out since last May, so almost a year old now. It recently had a major update, Update 2, as you can see up here, with a number of things, a new map, as you can see, custom services, a few other new buildings and things like that, a few quality of life things as well. Now, all of this is completely new to me. I don't think I'd heard of this game until the update came out. If I had seen it around, it had completely bypassed me and I hadn't thought much about it at all. But I saw a post on Reddit saying that Update 2 was out for this game, and I thought, oh, okay, I like industry-style games, and name intrigues me, let's have a little look. And the comments in the Reddit post are just people basically saying, I don't know why more people aren't playing this game. This is a really good factory automation-style game. And this is already like, ooh, little bells ringing in my head saying, this sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I went and watched a little bit of Nihilus on YouTube, play a little bit of it, and I thought this just looks fantastic. Put a cheeky request into the devs and they very kindly allowed me to have a key so I can take a look at the game and show you guys what it's all about. Hopefully get a few more people interested. I've only played about 40 minutes. I watched Nihilus play about 2 hours. I've played about 40 minutes. And already there are a couple of things, there's a few things in there I really like what it does. And it does things sometimes a little bit different to other factory games. It's not just like a Factorio clone or something like that. They have seemed to have thought about how to make their game stand out and make a game that they want to make. So it's a very small development team. I think it's only 2 people, and I must say that what I've seen so far, they've done a cracking job. Not going to go too much into the things I like. We'll get into that as we go into the game. So we're going to hit new game. There are a number of maps, and each map has a number of different starting points. You can see they have these resources down here. New Haven's the sort of general starting map, I guess, although you can pick a more medium difficulty starting location should you wish. I'm tempted. Armageddon was a map that was added in as a celebration of the map editor for Update 2, as it demonstrates what can be achieved with it. So I'm quite tempted to go with this one. I do like this massive formation in the middle, and if we get to mine all that out, that'd be pretty cool. But just so you can see, there's this sort of C-shaped island, atoll type thing. The beach, the big beach, and you can see there's some hard ones and a medium one there. And as you go down, medium, insane, I don't even know where number 2 is. It goes 1 to 3. Maybe there isn't a 2. Maybe that's just misnumbered. And there's slightly harder maps again, getting into the insane sort of difficulty. So I'm pretty sure we're going to go for Armageddon. We're going to go for starting location 1, because it's the only easy starting location. I don't want to do that. We can also see the resources here, which is quite interesting. So you can see starting location 1's got coal, oil, iron, water, limestone. Is there anything that's missing? It doesn't have gold, which is all the way up here. There's some sand over here, so that's not too far. Some copper in the middle there, more oil in the middle there. So yeah, gold's the only thing, but that's all the way over there next to starting location 4. And I don't think we're going to do that, because that was one of the, yeah, that's the insane one. So we're going to go for that location right there. Let's get rid of that now. I think we're going to leave it on the medium difficulty. I don't want to make it too easy. I don't want to make it too hard either, because otherwise it'd just be a lot of me letting time pass by, really, while waiting for stuff to happen. Does that mean I should go for this to help? No, let's go for standard. Let's go for standard. I don't want... These are the default options. It just has the tutorials on, which we will stick through, because I haven't got through the tutorial yet. I don't think we want casual. No, I don't think we want that. I want to have that bit in there. I definitely don't want the resource bit. I don't want infinite world mines, although I'm not a big fan of mines which expire, but it's a pretty staple part of games, and also the way this game works, I don't think it makes much sense. I might go for realism, where people can die from starvation, vehicles can't move without fuel, ships can't move without fuel, pumps stop working if groundwater is depleted. I might go for realism. I don't think I'll go for realism plus. And I'm also going to go for ore sorting. So ore sorting was a new building that was added to the game as Update 2. What that means is if one of your vehicles collects more than one ore or rock type, they can't just deliver the rocks. Let's say you've got copper and rock in your truck. It can't take the rock to where the rock goes, then the copper to where the copper goes. It has to go to a particular facility to be sorted. As that's an update to the game, although this is all new to me anyway, but as this is an update, I figure we'll do the ore sorting as well, and we're definitely not going to have reduced world mines. No thank you. We're going to name it the colony, the colony, of course. we're going to leave the random game seed and we're going to hit launch. Alright then. So one of the things, I've seen a couple of things that people have sort of said, not trying to be negative, but things maybe they found were a little bit negative against the game compared to other factory games. And one of them was that the game is a bit too complicated too quickly. It throws too much at you too quickly. Now, I've only played 40 minutes, but I must say that wasn't my experience at all. What I found was I didn't have the thing that some of these games tend to have, which is you spend a lot of time hitting a rock with a pickaxe, and then you build something, but then it needs a lot of manual work, or you need to keep feeding it fuel manually all the time. It just seems to have skipped a lot of that manual bit, and you can get into, not completely, as you'll see, some things you might expect to be there from the start aren't there. But some, it moves quickly, but doesn't feel too quick. It doesn't feel overwhelming to me. Anyway, welcome, Captain. We have found the island we've been searching for. It was not on the map. Then why were you searching for it? Our ship took a lot of damage and will need major repairs in order to sail again, but we should be safe here. Besides our initial supplies, we are starting from scratch. We should start manufacturing construction parts to be able to build our infrastructure, grow food to feed our people, and find a way to make fuel for our vehicles. The island looks abandoned, but it has plenty of natural resources we could use. There are even some abandoned buildings around we could disassemble for scrap. Also, we should set up a research lab so we can reinvent all the technologies we took for granted for so long. I don't know what the story is here. Is it like a post-apocalyptic? I'm really not too sure. We found out about a settlement nearby we can trade with in case we run out of something. They can deliver the goods to us once we have a trading dock. So basically what that is the order of things you should do if you didn't have a tutorial telling you what to do. The entire crew is counting on you after everything we've been through together. Good luck. And you can see there's a few other messages here, but we're not going to go into this. We'll figure this out as we go. Trucks, world exploration, yada yada yada. Good stuff. Right, so this is what the game looks like. So I'm just going to pause it. Not that it makes much difference at the moment because nothing's moving, so nothing should be using any fuel or anything. So the first thing that really struck me with this game was I love the way it looks. I love this kind of small scale we have going on. It's not as I know in like something like Factorio you can zoom right out, but a lot of the time stuff doesn't feel that small. But this feels I don't know. I like it. I really like the sort of scale they've gone with. Obviously, what I really like about this is it's a contemporary setting. So it's not a fantasy setting. We're not mining super ore to power our jet thrusters or whatever. That's not very futuristic, but you know what I mean. You know, we're going to be digging up rocks in a quarry and stuff. It's going to be great. I love that. I really love that. I love that something's done something in this sort of real world sort of setting. I really like that. The other thing you may notice is we have these two over here. These are settlements. We have people to take care of. It's not quite an RTS game. It doesn't go into that depth. It's just another thing for us to manage. So these have to have food. Later on they'll have to have water. We have to manage their waste. And that's all very interesting. And this can grow, so it won't always be a little shipping container village. I don't know what it looks like when it grows, but I do know it can be upgraded so it's not a shipping container village. Although I must say, I quite like, look at this beautiful decking they've got there. Beautiful stone paths going between you. I wouldn't mind going off-grid and living somewhere like that, honestly. What's this building? This is the food market where they will be getting their food from. We start with 56 months worth of food, which looks like it is potatoes entirely. This building here is an abandoned station. This is where you can get some iron scrap and some bricks, because we won't be able to produce iron or bricks on our own for a little while, so that's the only place we can get those from. We have our fleet of starting vehicles. So we have a tree harvester, and we have 8 trucks or 8 lorries. The classes them as pickups. So I don't think I'd say that's really a pickup. It's much more of a maybe not a lorry. I'd go with truck. Let's go with truck. That's fine. And then we have our shipyard over here, which is currently damaged, and this has a lot of parts in as well. Copper, diesel, rubber, construction parts, mechanical parts, vehicle parts, electronics, and coal. And some of these things, like rubber, I don't think I saw Nilaus get to in the little bit I played. I don't think I saw him get to vehicle parts either. Can't remember. He was just about getting around to sort of copper, and he definitely didn't get to electronics. So some of these are sort of, they're a little way away from us. So we've got these very limited resources. And once they're gone, there is one option that will pop up later on. But once they're gone, we have to get moving to get some of this stuff done. We also have our ship, which is, I believe it's damaged. I think that's what that green line there means, even though it says 100%. Once it's fixed, we can put crew on it and they can go off and explore and do some things. I don't really know what, to be honest, but they can do something. So, this is our starting location then. This is the whole island with the giant crater in the middle, which I love. I love that. So first of all, I know we have these here, but first things first, let's press L and see what we've got around. So we've got a little bit of sand over here. You can see there's a key here which tells you what these are. There's a little bit of sand over there. I don't know. Oh, that's just a black bar for the height, sort of. What's that called again? I don't know. I can't remember. I want to say topography, but it's not. What are these lines? Doesn't matter. Let's move on. We have some copper here. No, coal. We have coal right in front of us. We have limestone, is this? I'm guessing that's limestone we've got there. And there's quite a lot of limestone along this ridge here. That seems to be pretty much all limestone. And I'm guessing the grey, it's not listed here, but I'm guessing the grey is just stone. So there's a little bit of stone on top of it as well. We have some groundwater just here. We have some iron just here. We have some oil just here. The reason I'm looking at this straight away is, as with other games like this, what was the one? Or is it the original, not Civilization? City Skylines. What you don't want is to be building all over the place and then realize after the fact that you've actually accidentally just built over something which you really shouldn't have done. So anyway, iron there, lots more sand. This is not iron. Yeah, that's iron. Yeah. Iron. Yeah, no, I was right. It's fine. More coal, lots and lots of coal over there, and then copper all through there. And then down in the middle there, we know there is a big old oil source. But it's going to be a while till we get there, I think. Right, let's crack on then. We're going to be largely following the tutorial, just thinking about the fact that we don't really want to go past, we don't want to put anything on this hill, because that's where we're going to get our first coal source from. And we don't want to go anywhere near these trees over here, because that's where our water is. Well, we can get rid of the trees, but we don't really want to do anything else there. So, first things first, we need to get tree harvesting. So, if we press H on the keyboard, we get this little icon pop up and we can say which trees we want to be cut down. So I'm going to first of all get rid of these trees here. Well, how soon until... No, we're going to get rid of these ones first because I'm not going to get mines for a little while. Or mining ability, not mines, but I mean like excavators. So we're going to get rid of these trees to give us a little bit more building space. So that's that. We're going to assign 2 trucks to the tree harvester. So they have some... So the harvester will go and cut down the trees, and then it will load the trucks with the wood or the logs it cuts down, and then the trucks will take them to wherever they need to go, which will be a mystery for now. We are going to build a coal maker. Mystery solved. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to put this. Was this here wasn't anything, was it? No, this little hill. Okay. Nothing. No, just trees there. So let's put this. The thing I always do with these games is I never plan ahead enough and I never leave enough space for everything. But I'm thinking we are going to need to put some farm. Maybe like here would be good for farms. Maybe we'll start doing stuff like up here straight away then. No, we're gonna put it here. We're gonna put it right here. We'll decide if this is a good idea later on. So we're gonna pop that down there. Buff. So this will make coal for us. It will burn 18 wood. I like this button, by the way. All of the production times are quite varies. It could be 15 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. Rather than me, and if you watch my Anno 1800 series, rather than me trying to figure out the ratios for thing and losing my tiny mind, there's a little show by 60-second button here. So you can see within 60 seconds how much everything is going to use. So it's a very easy comparison for everything. I love that so much, so much. So, the coal maker is going to take 18 wood, and over 60 seconds it's going to turn it into 7.5 coal and 6 exhaust. Beautiful. So what do we need to do now? Well, we know that it takes wood in, but we don't have conveyor belts yet. We don't have storage yet even. We don't think we have a storage option down here. No, we don't. So that will be loaded by trucks, which is what this bit up here is. So where this is set to auto for the import and the export from the building, Auto means trucks will either import it or export it until something is connected. If you connect a belt or a pipe to this, the trucks will no longer go there. Now that's something to bear in mind. If you have a building with multiple outputs, let's say, and you have one of those outputs belted into a store, but the others aren't, you don't want this on auto, because then the trucks won't collect from the other outputs. You want to make sure that's set to on. But anyway, auto is fine for us for now. We need to deal with the output. So one of the outputs is going to be coal, which we're going to use somewhere else in a moment. The other output was pollution. So if we come down to waste management down here, we can build a smokestack, pop it on there, and that will deal with the pollution for us. Is that what they call it? Exhaust. That will deal with the exhaust for us. So that's that. So we've built a coal maker and connected it to a smokestack. We've assigned 2 trucks to a tree harvester. Let's start harvesting trees. We also need to build up, so I have unpaused the game, so if we come down here we can see everything starting to move. So these 2 are assigned to the tree harvester, these 2 are bringing in the materials to build the coal maker. Excellent. Let's just enjoy this little moment. The first piece of disastrous nature intrusion we are going to make upon this island. Cuts it down. And then it does this. I love these machines which do this in real life, by the way. Trim away all the branches. Brings it back again. Cuts it in half. Is it even going to cut it in half? Or is it going to cut it in half? Oh, it's going to do it right over the truck there. Boom. 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 I love that. I love that. Right. So we've got our coal maker. We need to, we'll produce coal, which will be happening very soon as we start getting wood. We need to build a blast furnace and connect it to a metal caster and a smokestack. So, where is that? Metallurgy, I'm guessing? Yes. Blast furnace. This is our blast furnace. We're going to put this... We're going to move it up a little bit. We're going to put this one here. Now, it's quite close to the trees for the minute, but the trees won't be around for very long, so that's not too much of a problem. Have I... Yeah, hang on. I'm just going to rotate that around. One of the really nice things about this game is that after you've put something down, you don't have to delete it to do it again. If I just click on it and hit R to rotate, or even just hover over it and hit R to rotate, you can do that. If you want to copy it, you just press C. There's no like weird shortcut. You haven't got to click on, hit duplicate. It's just C. If you hit X, it will move the whole thing. I love that. I love that so much. Anyway, I'm going to pop that one down there. So it's inputting from this side, exporting at this side, or outputting at this side, I should say. So what does this do? This takes iron scrap, which we get from this building here. It adds it with coal, and it turns it into molten iron and exhaust. Well, first of all, let's deal with the exhaust, shall we? Boom. And then we've got molten iron that'll come out of one or both of these outputs down here. We need to connect this to a metal caster. I'm going to unpause it. I'm going to let it do stuff. So we want a metal caster. Now, first of all, if we look at the blast furnace, every 60 seconds this produces 24 molten iron. And the metal caster, every 60 seconds, uses 12 molten irons. 24 divided by 12, we need 2 metal casters is what we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin this around. We're going to put this... I'm going to leave a little bit of space, but not too much. I'm going to hold down Shift. And I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to put this one down. Just there. Perfect. So its inputs aren't aligned, but that isn't a problem. You can see this is perfectly aligned with one of these outputs here. So the only belts, or the only transport mechanisms we have at the moment are molten channels and pipes. So we don't have conveyor belts yet. Molten channel, we're going to click here, we're going to bring this down, we're going to connect it to that one, we're going to click it again, we're going to connect it to that one. One of the things I love about this game is some of its belt work. We don't need to buy splitters, we don't need to buy junctions, we don't need to do any of that. We don't have to buy mergers if we want to if we wanted to bring this over here and add it into this one for whatever reason, we could do that. It would just work. I love the fact that it just makes all of that easy for you. You don't have to mess around with it. It is fantastic. Right. Can we harvest this little tree? Is that going to be on our way down there? So, we have built a blast furnace. We've connected it to a smokestack. We've got 2 metal casters on the way. We now need to produce 16 iron to complete this. Beautiful. Here is our first little bit of industry. Doesn't it look fantastic? There is our first bit of molten iron coming out as well. Look, going straight into these. Love it. Love to see it. Now, as I said, we don't have any storage at the moment. Ding dong. That was this mission complete. And we don't have any storage, so that's just going to have to build up within these for now. And we'll have to deal with that at a later date, to be honest with you. So, we have finished this mission. If we collect it, we'll get 40 diesel and 20 construction parts. We need both of those things. We need to start power production by building a diesel generator and building a research lab. So, I think this is the diesel output for this down here, or the input I should say, but we're not going to be playing around with that. It's just that I think I saw when Nylas played it, I think I saw him put his diesel generator here, and when I did my little 40-minute game, I put my diesel generator there. It doesn't really matter too much if we're being honest. That's done then. And then we need to build a research lab, which looks like this. Now, where are we going to put this? Oh, I love this, by the way. These sort of not procedurally generated, these generated paths through the grass, and the more the trucks use certain routes. I love that so much. I do. I love that so much. I think that's just a very clever, nice little feature. And when we get like a bigger thing and you see the paths all over the place, it just fills me with joy. It does. It just fills me with joy. Right, so I'm thinking we might extend these down here as well as up there. And you may be thinking, how are you going to fit another one of those in down here? Well, we'll get to that, sunshine. So the research lab, I think we're going to pop in just around over here somewhere. We can always mulligan it later on if we need to, I suppose. We're going to pop that down there. And I'm thinking maybe farms up there, I said, didn't I? So that's the research lab on the way, and the diesel generator is done. Excellent. It's just waiting for some diesel, is it? Well, it's already got a little bit of diesel, but nothing's currently using power, which is why it's not doing anything at the moment. So this is nearly done. We'll just speed this up a little bit to get this finished. There it is. There is our beautiful research lab. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it just wonderful? We need to research basic farming and construction. So down here we've got research, which is on the G key for some reason. Basic farming. We are going to unlock a farm to grow crops, and the only crop we will be able to grow is potato. So they start with potatoes, they will continue with potatoes. We're going to start that research. We can queue things up, which is, I know that a lot of games do that, but it's a feature I love. I love that. So we're going to queue up construction. We're then going to queue up, I don't know which of these comes next actually. We'll go with trading dock, and then we'll do vehicles and mining. So construction will give us an assembler, and in the assembler we can build construction parts, mechanical parts, and electronics. Although electronics, you might be thinking, didn't you say you can't build those for a while? I did, because you need rubber to be able to build electronics, and we're not going to have rubber for a while. The trading dock gives us a trading dock and unit storage, where we can store all of those products you can see down here. Wood, metals, rubber, bricks, parts, and electronics. And vehicles and mining will give us a vehicle depot where we can build vehicles, the ability to build excavators, pickups, tree harvesters, a mine control tower, and the brand new ore sorting plant. So that's all on its way. Let's come out of there. So you can see we have a potential 800 kilowatt production if this is running full tilt. We are currently using just 40 kilowatts though, so that's not going to concern any of us. Are those not in line? Oh, I just thought they weren't mirrored. I thought that it was an asymmetrical output, but I've realized no, and I can't move it. Now that it's there, I can't move it. Oh, how much do you get back if you destroy something? Doesn't tell you. You get 24 back? Yeah, I get 24 back. How much does it cost to build? It costs 30. That's not terrible. That's going to drive me mad. I'm going for it. It's ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous. I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm doing it. Let's get rid of this, please, lads. And then we can get rid of that little bit of belt there at the end as well. I didn't talk about, when I said we had people living in here, I didn't talk about the fact we have people actually working here. So we have 90 population with 140 housing capacity, and we have 60 workers available to us. So 30 of our people are currently working. So we have to just bear that in mind a little bit. You can't expand too fast because you won't have the people to do it. So whilst we are researching farming, and we are going to research construction parts after that, waste dumping. Build waste collection attached to the settlement. Designate a dumping zone for waste. We can do that. Oh, I thought there was a way of moving this. Is there not a way of moving this? Can I not move this? Might have to see if we can build another one later on, because I do think I want to expand these down. I don't necessarily want to go up, because I think that's going to be my farmland. But anyway, getting ahead of myself. Let's come out of this. Let's go into waste management. Nope. Housing and services. There, we can just build another one, I suppose. Yeah. Waste collection. So this attaches to the side of the settlement. Do we want it on this? No, we're going to have it over here. We're going to have it just here. That attaches just there. Trucks will come in, they will pick up the waste from the settlement, and they will put it somewhere. Where will they put it, you say? Well, you have to designate an area for waste dumpage. So down here, dumping designation. We can now tell the game where we want it to dump our waste. You can see we have a number of options. We can build it up into a little slope if you want to build a Wall-E style skyscraper of waste. Or you can say, make everything flat. I would like everything to be flat. I would like to start from here in line with the settlement, and I want to come down here and do this. And what that should mean, everything being well, is that the truck is going to come over here, dump its waste off the side of this cliff, and it'll just build a little bit of extra land for us as it goes. It'll expand this land outwards. The more gets dumped off the side here, it will eventually square off this land, and we'll have this entirely usable piece of land we can build on. Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that just the greatest thing? Isn't that just fan-bloody-tastic? Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Right, waste dumping. We have done all of that. We have dumped 20 waste. We have researched farms. We need to build a farm on fertile grass. Now I'm thinking the farms we're going to put up here, and we'll expand production up this way. We'll leave this space for other stuff. So, food production, farm. Oh, they are absolutely massive, aren't they? Terrain too high. How close can I get? I can get it in there. Obviously I want it lined up with the grid. So we can get it in there. So if we do one. Now I don't know if I need two of these, but on the little video that I saw Neil last done, and he did one map, then he restarted. I think on this map was his restart actually. And when he restarted, in both of them he had at least one farm. In the second one I think he actually had 3 farms. At least one. At least 2 farms is what I meant to say. Right. So we are going to have 2 farms. I'm terrified they are not lined up because they didn't look right, but they look absolutely fine. We're going to have 2 farms right next to our settlement there. Excellent. Construction is on its way. You can see our 2 trucks here. They are actually filled with wood, and they've got nowhere to take it because this is filled with wood. That's got nothing else to do with it at the moment, but it'll sort itself out. What I might do in the short term is take one of the trucks off. I don't know what it does with the wood that it's got on it, but we'll ignore that. We need to research trading dock. Was that the one I had queued up next? I guess 1, 2? Yeah, so I think that's fine. We'll add maintenance to the queue as we've got a bit of extra space. We'll add that to the queue. So maintenance gives you a maintenance depot and maintenance. And tools give you, it's sort of like blueprint. Blueprint planning mode is what it gives. Well, blueprints are down there, so that's the wrong word. It gives you a planning mode. You can put down building shadows, outlines, whatever you want to call them, without it actually going ahead and building them. So you can plan exactly how everything's going to go. Now, luckily, it's raining. And the reason it's lucky it's raining is the farms they need water and the fertility comes from building it on grass. Water and fertility to grow potatoes. We don't currently have a way of getting any water. Holy moly, where's my groundwater? Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh, I had a horrible bit of panic that I just built right over our groundwater. But we're fine. We've just touched on the limestone, but we wouldn't have been digging down there anyway, really. Not when we've got all this to flatten out over here as it is, so that's fine. Yeah, so we don't have a way of getting water out of the ground at the moment. All we can rely on is rain. So if it doesn't rain, your fields die, basically. We can use a method to gather water outside of using the groundwater shortly, but for now we are reliant on that rain. So that was quite nicely timed, actually. So we need to wait for the first harvest of potatoes. Next, though, we need to start thinking about building an assembly. Now, I would like to carry on in this sort of direction. I'm just trying to think. We're going to have like a main thoroughfare road. It's kind of going to head up there, isn't it? I suppose it'll go up there eventually. So maybe we'll start doing our production like up here, actually. It's a little bit of a trek. But until we get the ability to flatten this bit of land where there is nothing at all. Yeah, I think we'll sort of do it up here. Okay, maybe that's a bit silly. I don't know. We're going to go with it, though. So, general machines, assembly. Just looking at the land, there's a small ridge there, then it flattens out up here. That's a perfect little ramp to get us up here. So I think we'll start this around here. We'll have the inputs on the left, which is actually opposite to these, but that might make more sense for up here. Well, I guess we'll figure that out later on, won't we? We are going to build 2 of these. I'm going to separate them by a full square, just in case we need to expand later on. We can build construction parts, mechanical parts, or electronics. As I mentioned, we can't do electronics. Construction parts take iron, wood, and bricks, which we technically have. We have the iron, we have the wood. The bricks are in that little decrepit building down there. We can't make bricks at the moment, but we do need construction parts. So we're going to put that on that. And the other one, this one, we're going to use the iron to make mechanical parts. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know what mechanical parts do. But we're going to need them at some point, right? So we're going to use mechanical parts. I figure we're going to need 1 of each. It's telling us about the pipe. I'm just going to click on the pipe to get rid of that. And the message center is just all of these. Yeah, so we're not going to read through all those. We'll figure out as we go, right? It's raining again, which is brilliant. These are almost full of water. That's really, really good for us. It means we should get a good crop in. We've already actually had 84 potatoes. We are down to 41 months of food. We're going to keep an eye on that. Now that we've got these farms in, let's keep an eye on that. 41 months of food. But this is going to give us 30 potatoes, and that's going to give us some construction parts. Is this going to show 30 potatoes is 7 months worth? So if we grew 84 potatoes... were we out of food? Were our people about to die? I don't know. What happened there? Right. Build a trade-in dock. We have done that. We also do have the unit storage now, so we'll get to that shortly. We're going to build a trade-in dock. Which way does it go? I think it's this way, isn't it? Some part needs to be in the ocean. Which part needs to be in the ocean? Oh, it needs to be all the way over here. I'm sure my little test game that I did, I built it like right here. But okay. Ocean access blocked by what? What is happening? Why can't I build it here? I can build it there. That's literally the closest I can build it. Okay, well that'll do, that's fine. Let's put it there. Whatever. So we need to complete construction parts, which is happening as we speak. Now, we do have storage now. This uses iron and wood. This uses iron. So do we want to have like iron storage up here? Or do we want to have iron storage down here? I don't really know. Now, we can't connect it. Well, let's have a look at this. So these buildings have 2 inputs, 2 outputs. So we could connect this here, and it'll have a direct input from the metal caster into the storage, which means trucks wouldn't need to take anything from here and put it into the storage. But that means if we put an upgrade in there, they both can't use the same box. So I don't know I'm overly keen on that. I'm actually wondering whether we should have had them both on the same side. As in both metal casters on the same side, so I don't know. How is our iron? Like, are we full of iron? How much do you hold? Do you tell me? Not really. What if I tell you? Cast molten materials into slabs. Yeah, no, I know that. I want to know how much... Is that how much it can hold? No, it's got 18. That's how much it can hold. So it's not particularly full, actually. So I'm not... Oh, hello. That one's massively full. That one definitely needs some storage. So I think for now, we're not going to connect it directly up. So I think we're just going to have to destroy it later on. So we're going to pop it a few tiles out. We're going to pop it down. We're going to say this stores iron. I'm guessing mechanical parts, perfectly fine. Construction parts, same one. Construction parts, pretty fine. I don't know how quickly we're going to fill up with those. Maybe we'll just leave that for a minute and see how we go. What we could do with, though, is some wood storage. Now, I'm going to put that just down here. Should I connect it directly to this for now? I might, because we should be getting more wood than we need. No, it's the wrong way around. Haha. And at some point we won't need the coal maker, at which point we'll still need wood storage though. So I think I'm going to do that. We're going to tell this to store wood, so the trucks can put all the wood storage we need into here. It'll go directly into the coal maker as and when they need it. Do we need to worry about storing coal? Perhaps. But both of these use... Oh no, they don't. Take it back. This uses coal. It's currently full of coal. We'll see how we go. I'm going to assign another truck to this just to make sure that we have enough trucks gathering the wood. Now that we have the storage on its way, that'll be able to move a bit faster. Saying that, we are about to get 40 wood, 20 vehicle parts for the construction parts part of the tutorial. The trading dock is on its way. We are already researching maintenance. That is on its way, isn't it? Oh, we've kind of done the other one first. We're going to remove that one from the... Oh, that was already at the end of the list, wasn't it? We'll add that one back to the queue. So we're about to finish vehicles and mining, and then it'll do maintenance. How are we doing over here? We got a good little bit of rubbish being dumped over here, creating this lovely bit of flat land. Love to see it. Love to see it. We are up to 80 months of food. That is exactly what I want to see. I don't know if food expires. I don't know if we need to concern ourselves with that. I'm also not sure what other building used electricity. Can we see that somewhere? I guess it must be the assemblers, right? Yeah, they use 40 kilowatts each. Okay, that's fine. How are we doing in terms of trees? I mean, come on, chippity choppity. Literally, chippity choppity down those tree biddies. Makes sense. Store wood in a storage unit. Well, we're working on that. We are working on that. We built the trading dock. And we have built unit storage. We've assigned it to wood. We just need to get some wood in here now. Now, are we going to have enough wood to actually store some? It's put it straight into there. Okay, that's interesting. Why wouldn't you put it in the storage? It's because of this here. So if we put this off... So we will stop trucks delivering directly to here. They will deliver to this instead, and then that will feed this. It's a fairly minor thing. And I'm going to say try to keep this 18 full, just so we can try to have something for the storage dock. Because we need to get 40 wood in storage as is. We might have to disable this if we're not producing enough wood. We'll have to see how we go. See how we go. Why were you just sat there doing nothing for a while? You chippity choppity as well, matey jimmity bibbity. What's all the dinging? What's the dinging? I don't know what the dinging is. Is that a problem? Is there a problem somewhere? I don't know. Literally no idea. One thing you can do, which we're not going to worry about for the moment, is but you can set an alert. So I could say notify me if this wood storage becomes 75% full. Which I very much like. It doesn't do it by default. You have to manually tell it, but I like that. So if there's something we want to keep an eye on, Like if we were, I don't know if you ever do, I'm pretty sure nuclear power is in the research list somewhere. But if we had like a storage for nuclear waste, and if we didn't store it in this particular building, it got dumped into the ocean and it killed all the fish, you would want to have an alert on that. You know, that sort of thing. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So I'm just checking the storage for these. We might need to think about adding storage for these 2 units. How is this doing for coal? It's got 28 in stock. And this has got 13 in stock there. I'm going to pause this for a minute, just because I want the wood to go into here, so we can actually get 40 wood in storage to complete this mission. Why did that go from 18 to 40? One of these is using wood, isn't it? Yeah, okay. It's using 22 every minute. Well, hopefully we'll be getting enough wood to fill this up. Right, stop, pause. Before we lose the wood that's in there. We have exactly 40 wood. Purchase bricks for wood from the village on the world map. So this is talking about the trade-in dock over here. If we say trade with a village, we have one location available to us. And if we click on that, we can trade any of these things on the left for these things on the right. So we could trade construction parts or diesel. We're not going to, because we don't really have a good system of generating those. But wood, we've got quite a lot of wood. So we can trade our wood for bricks, concrete slabs, or iron scrap. Hopefully, iron scrap won't be much of a problem, because we will have an iron mine up and running fairly soon. We could donate to increase our... Oh, no, we're not donating 120 construction parts. That's mad. Or whatever bits that is. I think it's construction parts. So hopefully we won't need iron scraps. That would be if you manage to get yourself into a position, I suppose, where... And apparently this is something else I saw someone's... Or it's in Nihilus' video, actually. Nihilus? I don't know. This is one of those games where you can back yourself into a corner that is inescapable. Like, you need iron to build all this stuff, but you don't have any iron mine going. You have no wood to trade for iron scrap, and you have nothing to build an excavator with to start mining iron out either. You can get yourself into that sort of situation. So this is one of those sort of get-outs. Bricks are something that we are using a fair bit of, and we don't have any of. We're actually using it in construction, I think, are the construction parts, aren't we? So we do need bricks. Concrete slabs I don't think we need. I think that comes in a bit later, so I'm not worried about that. But we will trade 20 wood for 20 bricks. So at the moment it's a 1-to-1. If I kept clicking this, I'm not going to because we need the wood at the moment, but if I kept clicking this, this would start becoming less lucrative for us. I don't know by how much, but it might go to like 20, it might go to like 24 wood for 20 bricks or something like that. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Right. Ding. We've got some bricks for completing that and some construction parts. Love it. We need to research the beacon. We are currently still researching maintenance. Oh no, not still. That means we've done the excavation research, doesn't it? Yeah, we've done the vehicles and mining. It wants us to do the beacon next, though. So I'm going to remove this from the queue. We just finished maintenance. Look, it just started doing the tools. So we're going to start the beacon. We'll then add that to the queue. I don't know which one of these it does first. We'll do bricks and diesel and see where that goes. So the beacon gives us this beacon. Bricks production gives us a brickworks, which extracts clay out of dirt and produces bricks. And also, sort of importantly, gives us the rainwater harvester, the only way we have of producing water in the short term. Although it's been raining a lot and I just heard that thunder. Basic diesel gives us a basic distiller, an oil pump, a liquid dump, and a fluid storage. We could actually store water with that. And then you can see just creeping into the corner here, you don't get conveyor belts until here. So we have to go through another 3 tiers until we get to conveyor belts. Right, we need to build a maintenance depot basic. Is that down here? Maintenance, did it say depot? No, not vehicle depot, maintenance depot basic. Right. We're going to pop this in up here somewhere. I might pop this in here. I'm just thinking again, if this is going to be like a main thoroughfare, and we're going to go up from about here. Does that take us straight into the... I was thinking about this, but yeah, it takes us pretty much to the middle of there. So that's absolutely perfect. So if that's the road, this will be the side of the road. So this might actually be a bit too close to the side of the road. That'll do. It gives us 3, doesn't it? So we can use that one in the middle. So the maintenance depot is going to use mechanical parts. Is that what you're making? That's what you're making. You're making mechanical parts. Excellent. That's what the mechanical parts are for. I knew there was something they did. It's going to turn mechanical parts and electronics, which is a problem because we have no way of producing those, into maintenance. And maintenance, we have a new meter up here, allows us to keep our fleet working. Converts products into maintenance, which is distributed to all machines, buildings, and vehicles that need it. Important, as if there is not enough maintenance, vehicles and machines can break down temporarily. Also important, though, that we don't run out of electronics, I feel. Right, so we have produced 105 maintenance already. We have completed this. We're up to 90 months of food. That is going in the right direction. We have researched the beacon. We are going to build the beacon. We've already researched the next thing, so I'm just going to leave the tools researching up there. So this is the beacon. And I'm going to put this right on this little spit of land over here, I think. I just feel like that makes sense. Just feel like that makes sense for a beacon. That's where a beacon would go, I think. So whilst that's building, we now need to build a vehicles depot, construct a small excavator and a pickup. Oh, this is where things start getting exciting. If you weren't already excited for whatever crazy reason, this is where things start getting exciting, my friend. I'm just wondering, on a slight aside, do we have space to fit another farm in there? If we're thinking like, yeah, ish, only just, not really, but we could in a pinch, okay. Because I suppose we will at some point, but then we're going to get rid of this and harvest that down for coal, aren't we? So, right, anyway. Got myself distracted. A vehicle depot. Where are we going to put this? I'm going to put this in down here, I think. That is almost... I didn't realize I was on 3 speed still, but we're building the vehicle depot. The beacon is done. Build housing attached to the existing settlement. So unfortunately we haven't dumped enough down here to extend the housing downwards yet. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. Let's have a look. Cannot place it in the ocean. So we need to move the food market. So I'm going to build a food market. We're going to put it up here. We're going to mark this as a... Is this the build priority? Or the construction priority is down here. I don't know which way is better. Hold on. Which way is better? The lower, the higher. So we're going to make this build priority 1. I don't think we're building much else, so I don't think it makes any difference, to be honest. There is also this option down here that you may have noticed. The quick deliver for 1.3 something. That is Unity. That is up here. We currently have 34 Unity. So we're going to give that potatoes, and then we're going to destroy this one. Same with deconstructing. I can quick remove this for 1.3, which means stuff will be moved automatically to the shipyards or whatever without waiting for the trucks. So we get Unity based on the happiness of our people. I don't know if there's somewhere it says, or it says right here. So right now they have some food, so we get 1 Unity for that. I thought waste would give them something, but apparently not. Alright, whatever. I'm guessing the better food they have, the more Unity they'll have. And when they start getting water supply in, that'll give them Unity as well. Little things like that. And that Unity that the settlement happiness generates can be used to speed up building. It can also be used, if come across to one of these, to boost a building. So we could use 0.25 of our 0.3 Unity to double the throughput of this building, which would not double the electricity requirement. Which if you're thinking like satisfactory-wise, when you put the boost things in, you need to suddenly consider your electric demands are through the roof. That is not how it works here. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Anyway, get myself distracted. We're going to put another house in right about there. And that leaves room still for vehicles to get through here to dump into the ocean. Like the conscientious... Yep, that's right. Conscientious people we are. Right, we have now got a vehicle depot. We want to build 1 excavator, 2 pickups. 1 excavator, 2 pickups. Ooh. Build a mine control tower near iron ore deposit. Assign a small excavator and pickup. Set up mining designations. Right, where was the iron? This looks very irony over here. Yes, it does. You are iron. Look at your iron-rich beautifulness. So, where is... It's not really cargo dock, it's not really there. Buildings for vehicles? Oh, it is buildings for vehicles. A mine control tower enables the assignment of excavators and trucks to designated mine areas. Only designated mining areas within the influence of the tower can be mined. So we're going to turn this around so it's facing the ore. I'm going to put this on a second just so we can see exactly where we are. And I think if we're just going to pop this down, I don't know if it matters how close it is particularly. We're going to pop it down there. Excellent. And you can see it has this area in a square in front of it by default, which only covers a little bit of this. But don't worry, we can hit edit area and we can then say we want to go from, let's just say the area is going to be like this for now. That's perfect. And then we're going, it's going to tell us this in a minute, but we're going to do it now. We need to say a mining designation. So this is very similar to the dumping designation where we could say build upwards or build flat, or you can use E and Q to go downwards. We are going to say mining designation. We could say go down and quarry it out. But what we want to do, we want to flatten everything out. So that's why I put a little bit extra within the control tower's zone here, because I wanted to include this flat area. Because if I said start flattening it out from here, it would flatten everything out to this level at plus 18. I don't know why it's all upside down. But we want plus 6, which is what this is. So we're going to click there. We're going to come down, and we're just going to go... Nope. And we're going to go... You know, I might as well just go all the way through, right? We're going to go chunk. And it is going to start excavating. Once this is built, it's going to start excavating all of that out. Now, one of the things it will do is it's going to pick up a few things. So we mentioned the ore sorter, because it's going to probably pick up, if you have a little look at this again, there's a little bit of stone on it. Not a lot, but there's a little bit of stone it's going to pick up in this first instance over here. But the other thing it's going to do is if we could see the can you see the terrain without having a look at... Does planning mode do it? If I just bring up a building, that does it, doesn't it? Oh, it still shows you that. Okay. Not particularly helpful. If we're getting nice and close then, there's a little bit of a hill here, a little bit of a hill here. It's going to flatten that out regardless of whether there's any iron in it or not. And what it's likely to pick up to start with is just dirt. But we don't need dirt. Dirt isn't used for anything. So it's going to take that dirt. Dirt is a waste material. It's going to take the dirt. It's going to dump it over here and it's going to expand our island even more. Oh, yes. By mining out dirt, we are going to expand our island. I love it. You've run out of trees to cut down, have you? I don't know. You're complaining about something, but you're not telling me what. What is? Oh, I need to get the coal going, and we're probably low on coal. I forgot I paused that 15 years ago. That's going to hold everything up. We've got no iron. It hasn't been using trees for anything. Mechanical parts are full. I'm not too worried about that. I don't think I'm going to build storage for that at the moment. As long as we've got enough maintenance. I don't want to use up more electronics than I have to. Although I suppose if we built mechanical parts, it wouldn't necessarily do that. But let's save our trucks from running back and forth. I don't know... Cannot deliver wood, no valid destination. That's because that is full. But what we can do is we can just trade some of that away, you know. Let's get some more bricks. Ah, there you go. So you do it twice and you can see it will now cost 25 wood for 20 bricks. But that's fine. We don't need to sell more than 40. That's freed up a good chunk of space in there. He's going to go and deliver the wood there. And that can carry on going. We've got our excavator. The 2 trucks have probably been done as well, but they are just running around doing their good business. Do we assign the trucks to this? No, we don't. We assign them, I believe, over here. So we do want to also actually get rid of these trees at some point. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. We might just lose the trees, and if that's the case, I mean, there's a lot of trees around. We're not too fussed, I don't think. Right, we want 1 excavator, 2 trucks. Excellent. That is going to go off and do its thing. Why do we need to construct another pickup? I don't know. It wants us to construct another pickup, so we'll construct another pickup. That's fine. I'm alright with that. And we now need to wait for that to mine that iron. Oh, we've completed the... Oh, we've had our first refugees. And we never really talked about the beacon, did we? We plopped it down. So the beacon advertises your island to refugees that might be out there looking for a new home. So we have already had our first amount of refugees come in. I don't know how many that was, but in the next month we are expecting 14 refugees. Not a bad thing at the moment, except people need food. So I might wait for these 14 to come in. When I see that jump up to 135, I might stop that temporarily just to make sure we're in a good place. We do have 41 workers available, so I might stop that now. We have 42 workers available now because no one's working in the beacon. That's a lot of workers, it seems. I'm going to leave that. We'll have to try and remember the fact that that's paused and we won't have any more people coming in. I probably won't do that. That's going to be a problem. Vehicle parts are going down. I don't know. I can make vehicle parts. They take mechanical parts and then more electronics. So I don't know if I want to make those at the moment. We're not going to be hammering out lots of vehicles, because they take rubber and diesel. And how much rubber and diesel do we even have left? 400 diesel, less than 200 rubber. Not ideal. These should start of excavating. Yeah, he started digging up, and it is filled just with dirt. Yes, dig up that dirt, make me more land. So it's going to take them a little while to get through that to get to the iron. If we wanted to go straight to the iron, we could have just said, just dig here and just like dig downwards. Start here, dig down, and that's exactly what they would have done. But you can see that iron isn't far below the surface at all. They've already hit it there, look. Not quite picked any up, but it's not going to be far away, is it? There's not a lot of dirt there. Anyway, we completed this population growth. 40 potatoes, 20 vehicle parts. Yes, please and thank you. We need to... Oh, we need to think about stopping the video because it's already been an hour is what we need to do. Okay. Maybe, now that we've started mining iron ore, that's a good place to stop this then. And I would tell you what I'm going to do. If you've got any hints and tips, you can feel free to leave them in the comments. But I'm going to immediately record the next part, even though it's getting late and I'm going to be knackered tomorrow. I don't care. I'm enjoying myself. I would like to get our first bit of iron ore out. That's what I would like. Oh, but they've started moving down there now, so that could take a little while. We have researched basic diesel. We have got no research on the go, which is why our electric demand has dropped to nothing. I'm guessing these aren't producing anything at the moment either. We are full of construction parts. Now, construction parts, we are going to need a lot. We're going to need a lot of construction parts. So I am going to build a store for this. Do I want it connected directly to it? No. No, we're going to rely on trucks for the moment. So we're going to put this one over here directly in line. That's going to store construction parts because we do need those. And they own... Oh, no, there's ones which use wood and brick. So it does use brick, which could be a problem. But we do need a lot of construction parts. I don't know where it tells us how many construction parts we have. I'm looking all around. What is this? Whisk? Recipes. Okay, that makes sense why it's a whisk. That's fine. It's not what I wanted. Oh, there we go. Construct. We have 150 construction parts currently. That sounds like quite a lot. What's something new we just got? The distiller, 40 and 30. So yeah, if we make a couple of pumps and one of those, that's most of our construction parts gone, isn't it? So we're going to let that go on. We're going to come down here in the vague hope there is some iron in there. There isn't yet. Oh, he's getting close though. He's getting close. You can see it. You can see it. Be interesting to see once it's flattened out whether we might want to continue mining on downwards. That might be something we want to do. And at some point they're going to complain about something else. Well, that pickup's done, but we've got a few pickups just lying around doing nothing at the moment. We are full of wood again. I think what I might do is just stick another wood store on the back there. We will trade some away as well. It's back down to 20, up to 25. I don't really want the iron scrap, I don't think. Let's get some concrete blocks. Why not? Why not? It's not going to hurt, is it? But then we'll get that so we can get some more storage in for that. Right. I'm going to leave that there then. I bloody love this game. This is going to be a series. As I said, I am going to record another part almost straight away. This is going to become a bit of a series. I want to create an insane factory. Hopefully somewhat well. This is why I've tried to space everything out up here a little bit and move things up here rather than cramming in everything. I think the temptation would be to cram this little area with as much stuff as you could straight away, and I've tried to spread it out and think about where we might have thoroughfares. I love this little path coming in here. I love that so much. I really do. Words cannot express my love for that. Got any iron yet, mate? No, still just there. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. So, yes, this is going to be a bit of a series. So, I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, I'm going to keep doing it anyway. But I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. I'm going to crack on with the next video right away. Don't forget I stream on Wednesdays at 7:30 PM UK time, and it'd just be wonderful to see you there. If I don't see you there, I'll see you next time in Industry of Captain of Industry, even. And again, a massive thank you to the devs for providing the key so I could take a look at the game. It's really appreciated, and I hope this game finds a lot more traction because it seems just fantastic. And the two niggling points I had were, one, the start can be overwhelming, but I preferred this start to most other factory automation games where the start can be such a drag and you're just sat clicking on stuff for 20 minutes. Even survival games like Palworld, where I spent many hours off camera farming resources before I started streaming it, because I knew that the stream would just be me hitting trees otherwise, and I wanted to avoid that. So this doesn't feel like it has that initial grindy drag to the game. It's not a fast start, you know, we've only got like, what, 12 buildings maybe, but we've been busy constantly. We haven't just been sat waiting for stuff to happen, so I feel it's very good. I'm going to up the priority of this because I can see a lot of our trucks up there waiting. Is it waiting for something to come? Do you know what? Actually, we use some Unity. Quick deliver. Boom. There we go. That'll get built straight away then. Look, isn't that lovely? That's what the Unity does. Glad we got to show that off. So yeah, I wish all the devs the best will in the good luck of worldliness. That's me. I'll see you next time in Industry. Oh, did it again. Oh, if I had an editor, he'd be going crazy with that. I'll see you next time in Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.